So one of the things that you said right now is that most African SMEs, entrepreneurs, don't have the capital required to scale and trade at this level.
They don't have the capital to build market. And you know, building market requires scale to meet the market, to respond to the market. So the ability, building external market requires resources. And those are resources that they don't really have at their scale. So creating a curated, aggregated platform within which you can carry multiple African and Caribbean brands. And if some are wondering, why is the Caribbean part of it? The African Union has declared the Caribbean as the rest of Africa. And if you've been to the Caribbeans, you know they're our family members who got left on a different side of the world at different points in time. So, and their markets are really tiny because each of the countries are small. But bringing Africa and the Caribbean together as one opportunity group to get to the world just makes sense for all of us, you know. And so building that aggregated platform that then carries all of the brands that are market ready to seek for that opportunity gives us scale, it gives us capacity of resources, it allows us to brand and to push brands within it, it allows us to tell our stories. Now, purchases are intrinsic. There's an emotional part to purchases, and there's emotion to trade. But most people, the emotional picture of Africa that they have is not of good quality, is not of trade, is not of high creativity, is not of creative designs, is not of multiple solutions for multiple problems that exist not just within Africa, but exist on other continents as well, for which if we create the solution, we can sell beyond our borders to the rest of the world. It's generally the picture of the needy child, and we have that, you know, the hungry, hardworking woman with a child on her back trying to sell a small tray of wares and all of that. There are products out in different parts of the world that it's almost like a charity product trade. You know, people are encouraging, oh, if you buy this, you'll be helping one child to go to school here, you'll be. You know, whilst those things are true for our continent in some part, there's a bigger, higher story of the passionate, dynamic, creative, enterprising, driven, tenacious African entrepreneur, both male and female, young and old, who are driven to create solutions that will help us to do better, to do well, and to reach the rest of the world at qualities that can compete. And there's stories of our creativity and skills of generations that we haven't owned, because people don't even know that these are things we've been doing for generations, and others are beginning to own some of those skills. There's a lot of copying of things that are originally African, you know, things we've been doing for generations that other people are beginning to reproduce and say it's theirs. We need to own our stories. We need to tell our stories. We need to showcase to the world in touch and feel what it is that we're doing. We need to be able to engage at a competitive level with the markets of the world and showcase the quality of what we can do, command the price that we deserve for what we're producing, and use that to scale, create jobs for our people. Look, the youngest continent in the world is Africa. I, being a Nigerian, 220 something million of us, with projections that within the next 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, take us to being the third, the fourth largest nation in the world. Just us. Now, combine that with the rest of the continent, and you know that the future of the world is on the shoulders of Africa. There are many countries and continents that are aging. They don't have the right population. We do. We must learn how to trade with the rest of the world, making the most of our talents. We're smart. We can do this. And whilst it looks like a huge task, I believe that the journey of 1,000 years always starts with the first step. So what we're doing is to take the first step towards that future that is certain for Africa, but which is not possible except we do the work to bring it to come. So yes, this is the beginning of the work to ensure that Africa can trade competitively, that we can harness the energy of our youth, the creativity of our people, the talent and the gifts that we have. We can bring alive our latent assets, our women, our young people, and all the skills of old, of generations of our forefathers. Make them count in the modern day, using everything from technology to productive processes and all of that to deliver to a world the value that we carry.